Hello everyone, and welcome. Welcome to Cosmic Truth Remembrance, Embracing Our Galactic Self. The Cosmic Truth Conference is bringing together a powerful array of masterful visionary ascension guides who will share transformational, expanding, and liberating multidimensional wisdom. We are invited to remember our deep, authentic cosmic identity, and we are invited to reclaim our sovereignty as galactic divine humans, so that all together we create a potent force of collective liberation, ushering in the new earth. I am Lise, Ashaara, your host, and it's such an honor and a pleasure to welcome Vandana Aura. Welcome, Vandana.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be here.
Great. So I will first introduce you to everyone. Vandana was gifted her Dharma name by Mother Amma, an awakened, self-realized master teacher who embodies the spirit of Divine Mother. Since receiving her first Darshan blessing in 2007, Amma's healing hug has served to awaken and accelerate the opening and deepening of Vandana's intuitive gifts as a telepathic empath, angelic starseed, and energy healer teacher. Vandana is a divine channel, Ushui Reiki master, inner child mentor, Buddhist practitioner, and shamanic soul retrieval facilitator, whose greatest joy is supporting energy-sensitive, creative empaths to speak their truth, to own their gifts, and to discover their unique soul purpose. Vandana is most known for her soothing voice, compassionate presence, and loving kindness that she embodies when she holds a safe and sacred space for her clients and students. Her healing workshops and channel transmissions include ancestral medicine, reparenting the inner child, how to channel and trust your intuition, and also soul loss recovery with the tools of mindfulness, visualization, and divine feminine energy medicine. Vandana channels the energy of galactic doctors, spirit surgeons, and star shamans, as well as earth-based power animals, nature spirits, and earth angels, with etheric surgery, laser light surgery, and integrative journeys to help others get unstuck, to experience dramatic healing shifts and profound transformation. She became a Reiki master teacher in 2007 at the Edgar Cayce Institute, and she holds multiple certifications in various healing modalities until she created her own in 2012, and she named it Accelerated Light Healing. Vandana has been a Nichiren Buddhist practitioner since 2006, and she attends the Rock Blossom Sangha, based on the teachings of the Venerable Zen Master Thich Nhat Hanh since 2021. Every healing program is available live, remotely, or on Zoom recorded replays in the Accelerated Light Healing Library to provide deep relaxation, embodied peace, mind-body balance, and inner resilience. You can find Vandana on her website, vandanalighthealing.com. So, Vandana, your topic for today is how to activate your galactic ascension chakras. So could you start maybe by telling us about the new human, the Homo Luminous, and maybe share on how our current timeline is bringing us towards this Homo Luminous that we all are?
Yeah, we kind of like are way in there deep. It didn't just happen yesterday, but this accelerated timeline is rapidly moving us forward in the direction that we're meant to be in, to really activate or awaken, manifest our soul purpose, our gifts, this forgotten knowledge, wisdom, and to help us trust our intuition, but also experience the joy of living and breathing in the here and now. So we're moving out of the head space into our heart space, and in our heart space and the vast electromagnetic field that we can find around it. This is what connects us to each other and to spirit, to source, to the universe, to our angels, spirit guides, and so forth. So this contains our heart, contains all of recordings of all the lives that we've lived, and it also contains our DNA and our records. So you might call it Akashic records, but it's very important to, with the changes happening and the uncertainty, unpredictability that's playing out, and this very divisive timeline. It's very important to stay in our heart space, in this space of compassion and loving kindness. And so the old ways, even the old chakra systems, are also shifting and changing to transform us in a good way. And so the only thing we need to do is just become aware and conscious of the changes and not resist them or fight them. Especially, we don't want to fight or battle with our shadow aspects and what you might want to call inner demons. You want to feed them, not fight them. So those are the aspects of us that we, tend to disown and run away from and reject or deny. So with the ascension chakras, the old and the new, it's important to have a map, like a way of navigating, okay, what's happening, and to know that these ascension symptoms that many empaths, and I'm sure including you as well as whoever is listening now, as an intuitive, psychic, gifted, energy sensitive empath, we tend to pick up and absorb all of the energies that have risen up from the sediment below us, or that have always been there, but we just weren't aware of it. So everything is being shaken up. It's kind of like a shake up, not really a shake down. So meaning that can be, this is meant to help and support us for our highest and greatest good, even if we fight it or resist it. So it's important to navigate these energies, know how to handle them and stay grounded, yet expanded, connected, and also resilient. And also, this will help us when we move into our newer chakras, the more highly developed, evolved ones. It'll help us to really align with the new earth energies.
Right. So we are already. What do you mean?
Yeah. Well, since I think it was 1989, the harmonic convergence was really kind of like the beginning when we shifted to a higher dimensional frequency, vibrational resonance. And then, of course, there were, little growth spurts along the way, but especially, as everyone knows, most likely, in 2012, there was all this talk about what's going to happen, the Mayan calendar coming to an end of that 26,000 year period, and then not being able to find a new calendar to create like to co-create new beginnings and a new earth timeline. So, a lot of people kind of went into fear, which is, part of the challenge, because it's only fear or love. So if we can notice the fear without being overwhelmed by it, and just allowing it to kind of move through us instead of sticking inside of us and, making us feel crazy and stuck, if we could just assimilate all of these energies and own and honor and like breathe through all of these different feelings that will come up, the joy, the sadness, the peace, and the terror, because this is definitely, we're all co-creating a new work together, with hopefully with an open heart and a higher consciousness and awareness and respect for the planet and each other. If we, as sentient beings, if we are to kind of make it right to the other side. So that's really when it kind of started, Obviously, the Earth, our planet, did not come to an end abruptly, as many people feared that it would in 2012. It was just a new chapter, a higher level of awareness and consciousness.
Wonderful. And And you were referring to this those timelines, those current timelines, maybe where we are a bit surrounded by chaos and a lot of unpredictability. Is there a way that we can stay in our center and come back to this map, this chakra map that you were mentioning, like the compass?
Yes, like the compass. It's a cosmic compass. And this will show us the way to a higher path. And so, yeah, there are many ways and many techniques, and it's mostly about just slowing down and checking in and performing like self-inquiry and taking a gentleness break, like becoming your own loving parent, basically, like you would for your child. If you were a mother or a father or a caregiver, like, how are you doing? How is your day today? How are you feeling right now? What's living, what's real and alive for you in this moment? Because it's always changing constantly with our thoughts, like depending what we're thinking, what we're believing. So we don't want to spiritually bypass, which means it's kind of like a form of escapism, because that doesn't work. But we also don't want to feel like a victim. We don't want to feel like, oh, we have no choice and fall into these negativity energies, these lower vibrational frequencies. So the best way that I found to do this is to just like follow my breath and to just sit and tell myself, like, in this moment, in the here and now. So I'm not in my past or future mind, I'm in my body. So I invite my mind to come back home to the home or the house of my body. Problem is, many of us are very we disassociate, we're very detached, and we're not really fully embodied. So even if you just sit for 10 minutes a day and envision something that you really desire, that you feel is too late for you, or you lost hope around whatever dream or vision that we're hoping that one day would come true. Just imagine and envision, use the visualization techniques, your imagination, right? To see, trust, feel, know, hear, using all of your senses, your developed senses, your higher senses to help you to envision what you want that you feel you can't get already happening. And this way you're connecting, you're touching upon that feeling of joy and hope and fulfillment and contentment and just appreciation and gratitude there, And so just a sitting practice or a walking meditation is also really, really helpful to get that monkey mind to kind of slow down, that constant mind chatter that keeps you up at night with ruminating thoughts and worry and anxiety about the future and regret about the past. If we can just kind of be in our body. So any kind of embodied practice, and that includes if you have your own, whether you're a yogi or a Buddhist or maybe something else, a Sufi, it doesn't matter. I've explored and honor every tradition. Just being with yourself and just kind of listening, deeply listening to the voices and the wisdom of every cell of your body. What is it telling you? How are you feeling? And not trying to suppress or ignore, or deny or refuse your emotions, your feelings. So I always have people rub their hands together and then just kind of connect to their heart space, because even one hand on your heart space will automatically regulate your vagus nervous system, the polyvagal nerve, which is the longest nerve that branches out from the bottom of your brain stem all the way around your neck. And then it just, like a tree, it branches all the way down to your gut, and this is your digestive system. So it makes it easier to rest and digest, and your brain to all of your cells to produce serotonin and it kind of gives you that feeling like, oh, safety, like, okay, I'm okay. Like in this moment, I'm alive. I'm listening to my breath on the in breath. On the out breath, I'm listening to the out breath. I know I'm alive. I know I'm breathing. This is another amazing 24-hour opportunity to change what can be changed, but also to accept what cannot be changed in this moment. So tools like that are extremely helpful. Also to take a break and to just be outside in nature. So any way that you can move all that heavy, dense, stuck energy wherever it lives in your body, because then you have the space to drop out of your head, so you don't feel like safer in your head than in your heart or the rest of your body. Because your gut, your dantian or hara, your belly, it's like your core. You have to really, that's what keeps us like healthy and also maintains the health of our chakras. So yeah.
Thank you for sharing those very helpful and
Great.
simple things.
Glad.
And you were also referring to our higher dimensional chakras, which are
Yes.
opening up, or do you mean the number 4, 5, 6, 7, or do you mean above? What do you mean when you say that? And
Yeah.
can you elaborate on this?
Mhm. Of course. So we have actually 36 chakras. So there are major physical chakras that are the 7 that you're correct that you just mentioned. But then there are also the higher chakras above us. And in shamanism, in Andean shamanism, they call it the sky chakras. Then there are like the galactic chakras and the cosmic gateways. And these are what I'll be talking about and giving you a little demonstration on how you can connect with these, not necessarily newer chakras, but the more evolved, enlightened chakras, so that we can become homo luminous beings and not homo sapiens, so we can advance as a species and not only just survive, but thrive. And there are also chakras beneath our feet that, like, for example, the root chakra. A lot of people think that, oh, this is the top of my legs or maybe my feet, but actually it extends many, many, like hundreds of feet beneath the earth. So there is also the life forms of the inner hollow subterranean earth, which is called Agartha or Shambhala. There are many names for this inner terrain. And this is what really keeps us very rooted and grounded and really feeling that support from nature, and also helps us when we ground to the lower chakras to reconnect to our natural instincts, like the plants, the crystals, the animal allies, and so forth. So yeah, there are many. I'm not going to talk about all of them right now because of our time that we have together is limited. But yeah, in my library and in my programs that I teach, I do actually attune and activate people to all 36. And these are actually higher dimensional chakras as well. So they're not just third dimensional, they're fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh dimensional chakras. And it's very exciting because this helps us to manage our energy and navigate this, the unpredictability that's happening every day, the duality, but also it helps us to raise our vibrational frequency because we need that energy, and it also helps us to ingest as much light as possible, so as much peace and clean divine energy. So meaning no duality, no conflict or drama, trauma. We're kind of cleaning up our fields, our auras, and also balancing and aligning our physical chakras with the galactic ones above us. And that includes our soul star chakra, which is important because we need to, kind of we hope that will fulfill our soul purpose, or at least one of the reasons why we chose to incarnate here at this time. So soul star chakra is a very important one. That's directly above our heads. So that's like the 8th chakra. But also, like I said, below us, the earth star chakra too. So we want to be that bridge, that channel between heaven and earth, right? So that we can all become and evolve and grow into this divine light channel, instrument of peace and togetherness and unity consciousness.
It's beautiful. I'm just taking it in. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
It's very, very beautiful. So of course it's resonating everywhere.
That's good. I'm glad.
I think you were referring also to take techniques to be in the moment and to be in the present. And I think you have maybe a little tip, short speak light code that you would like to share with our audience to stay present.
Yeah. Absolutely. What I'd like to do, what I'd love to do right now, that I'm very excited and guided to do, is just to kind of guide you step by step into these unfamiliar ascension chakras, like the new ones that it's not really spoken about. It's not really that well known. You can find it on the internet if you really do a search, but it's not really in like public spaces so much, or on social media. We're all familiar with solar plexus and the Vishuddha throat chakra, the crown, and the roots, which are all very important. But if we have a lot of clutter and a lot of debris and sort of pollutants or parasites that are like really like these toxins are eating us up, like they're actually not allowing us to connect and to evolve as a species. It's important to clean that up too, but also to know how we're moving from the old to the new. So right now, I invite you to either kind of close your eyes if that feels comfortable, or you can just gaze downwards and just kind of place one hand or both hands over your heart chakra. I like to rub them together to activate the healing energy. So you may feel like a tingling sensation and activating your Reiki or your healing hands. If you're not attuned to Reiki, that's okay. Everybody is born with the gift of hands-on healing. So when we do that, warming up the system and breathing, placing one hand maybe over your belly, the other hand over your heart, or you can do a mudra, which is something like left hand, right hand. So the right hand is supporting the left hand, and then your thumbs are just touching each other like so. And you just place that over your navel plexus. So like between your abdomen and I call it a womb chakra, or Svadhisthana, your sacrum. So whatever way, make sure that your back is straight and your feet are touching the floor, so you're really grounded. And we're just going to call in our guides and angels and the chakra doctors and the etheric surgeons, the galactic benevolent forces to shed some light and to kind of open us up so we can release what doesn't belong to us as an empath. Yeah. Release it, but also ask for Divine Mother and Earth Mother, so Galactic Mother and Earth Mother, to hold us and to support us through this process. So we ask the spirit of the sacred feminine to hold us and to shift us and open us so we don't have this fear that's dragging us down, but also to transmute what doesn't belong to us. And a lot of that comes from our ancestors. So we're gonna first, you can actually follow along with me and place your hands on over your crown and just connect with that ultimate being, goddess. And we're gonna just ask for the goddess to return to the earth to help us reclaim our sacred femininity and also healed masculinity. And imagine that this energy, this light, this golden light is moving down into our crown. And then we invite into our third eye. So you could place your hands over there, over your third eye. Make sure they're nice and warm and toasty and soothing. This is a great way to calm yourself down and self-regulate when you feel nervous or anxious. And just, really observe your breathing there's no special way to breathe. Breathing in, I'm calm. Breathing out, I'm here. I'm home. I've arrived. And so breathing in this sort of Christed or Buddhic consciousness of benevolence and kindness into your third eye so it can awaken your divine vision, help you see where you need to be. And let's just move again, rubbing your hands together to activate your healing hands, placing them over your heart. You can breathe in now the color blue. Very calm, like a sky blue, like a beautiful, clear blue sky, not a cloud in the sky. And you're breathing in now this galactic male and female into your throat, your center of spiritual communication. So you can speak your truth with ease, with grace, plenty of space. And now moving from the crown, third eye, into your nasal chakras. So just place your hands over your nose. You can also do a little pranayama if you know what that is, breathing, which is basically closing off one nostril, breathing in the other. And then with your thumb, close, right? And then the other side, exhaling through the other nose. And this is a great brain balancing activity. So you're breathing into your left and right brain hemispheres, but also if you have any nasal congestion or sinus related issues or allergies, and this is disconnecting you from your right to perfect health. So breathing into these new nasal nostril chakras and breathing in like a cool air, like a burst of fresh air and oxygen moving from the tip of your nose. Imagine like the cleanest, non-polluted air possible. I call it spiritual oxygen, moving through your nose to your nasal passages, your eyes, the temples around your eyes, your jaw, your mouth, your chin, etc., and all the way up and down. And let's just move into that throat chakra, one hand in front, the other in back. And imagine that there were no obstacles or blocks. So your throat chakra wasn't repressed with any armor. So you can just speak from your heart space whenever you like, whenever it feels right. And you can communicate with the language of light to your guides and guardians, your angels and archangels. And let's place one hand over your high heart. And this is the language of universal love. And we're moving from the high heart into the universal heart. So it's not just about us. It's the collective heart. So we're moving into that ascension chakra now. So just imagine that your heart has many petals like a lotus flower, and it's just opening as wide as possible. letting that love in and letting that light into the cracks or the maybe the holes or the breaks in your heart, and allowing that light to seal and heal your heart space. And now dropping from your heart into your roots. So we're really grounding the energies now. Imagine your heart is taking up your whole body. So it's dropping slowly like a beautiful Merkaba sacred geometry all the way down and into your root chakra, the lowest part of you that's connected to earth, to a heart-centered earth. And then moving from sacral, which is second and third chakra. So one hand is above and the other hand is below your belly button. And you're just taking it all in and moving into more of an opening. So we're asking Spirit, Source, the universe to remove any implants, imprints, or any corded contracts or attachments that don't serve or support your highest good. And of course, we're also connected to this very radiant, rich, life-affirming Reiki life force energy. So you can breathe in that red color now. And allow that red color to move up from your roots, from below your feet, all the way up to the top of you, and then to run all the way back and spill over your crown to the back of you. So you're surrounded in this cosmic orbit. And into your hands, imagine that these golden stars are just dropping and descending into your left and right hand. So you're able to receive and give equally. Equanimity. So in the face of any chaos, amidst any kind of chaos, you're balanced, you're calm, you're grounded, and you're emotionally intelligent. So imagine receiving what you need, not only what you want, but what you truly need in the left hand, and the right hand you're giving back. So you're sharing all of this energy that we've cultivated together with all sentient beings, so they don't have to feel shackled or in bondage, so they can be free too. And then last, let's go to the roots. So imagine you place your hands lovingly and compassionately at the top of your legs, and really feel like you're definitely present and available to navigate these changes, that you're just like a tree, nothing can shake or break you. And now your knees, you could bend over, touching your knees, your ankles, and now the soles of your feet. Good. Remember, we're dropping down to become more embodied, because that's the only way that we not only will be able to survive, but can truly thrive through all of these accelerated changes. So we become alchemists. Yeah. And you just want to breathe in the color of each chakra too, if you're familiar with the colors of the chakras. Yeah. And imagine now you're just going higher to the 8th chakra above you, and the 9th, the 10th. Imagine this space is completely open. There are no barriers above you. And just allow yourself to kind of float in this galactic light energy. Imagine that you're just dancing and floating and swimming through the Milky Way and all of the hearts that surround your heart there. And so you're just moving up to the 11th, 12th, and 13th. So we're moving into the 4th and the 5th dimensional chakras. And after, when we reach the 15th, we're just breathing in a white violet light. And we're calling in all of our angels, Zadkiel, Gabriel, Jophiel, Michael, Hamuel, Uriel. These are the planetary angels. And moving to the 16th, 17th, 18th chakra, you can affirm, I am cosmic love. I am a galactic master. Breathing into every physical chakra of this platinum, magenta, and gold light, pure white, rainbow light, becoming a rainbow light body, and moving into 16, 17, 18, 19th, I am that I am, 20, 21, 22, into pure crystal light, allowing your carbon-based cells that are spread throughout your whole body to alchemize, to transmute into crystalline, becoming a crystalline fifth dimensional being. When you're ready, you can come back from your journey and thank all of your guides and guardians, and also thank all of your crystal and indigo and rainbow children, if you have any, or if you are related to any, or maybe your next door neighbor is very advanced, gifted indigo, crystal, or rainbow child, because they are the ones that are our future. And they also help us to teach us very important lessons about how to be kind and compassionate with ourselves and with each other. Thank you. Just take a moment to just soak in this light, this energy, this frequency. And again, you can just sort of like brush yourself off now and take a stretch and rotate your neck, your back, give yourself a hug or a little massage, like, oh, good job, pat yourself on the back, and then gently, gradually come back and have a look around and notice if you feel differently, or if your room looks like it changed, or it looks brighter, or somehow you notice that things you never noticed before. And because this has also just cleared out your space, your living space. So this is a blessing for all beings. Thank you for letting me share.
Thank you, Vandana. Thank you to the beings. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, it's beautiful. So, well, just to conclude,
Yes.
you have another free gift to offer to our audience after this beautiful sharing that you just did. You have a free gift that you are sharing with our audience. You are offering a free galactic chakra activation video. So could you say a few words on it, how it's different from the one we did, on what you want to say?
Yeah, it's just deeper and longer and fuller. Basically, it's going to attune you to all 36 chakras. So you had a little taste of what you can experience. And the only way that we can actually taste and like have a sample of the new energies that we're working toward, that we're moving toward, that the planet is moving toward, is to visualize, is to practice the art of visualization, creative visualization. And if you don't see any guides or allies coming through, that's okay. Just allow yourself to feel it, hear it, or just know and trust that the changes start from the moment that you say, yes, I'm willing to receive this. When we unzip all that armor of resistance and fear, right? And we just trust and allow and accept the changes that everything is and always has been, always will be, always happening for the best, even if we can't see it right away. So this free gift is actually going to help, especially be a great map or compass for energy sensitive empaths, because many of us tend to take on energies that don't belong to us. from the collective, because we know as a collective, all of the grief, the loss, the trauma, the stress, the fear is out there, right? No matter where you live on the planet, we were all affected equally by the pandemic. Yeah, and it's still real. It's still a thing. It didn't go away. And we don't know what's going to happen in the future. So we need a roadmap, but we also don't want to carry the pain and the suffering of the planet too, of Gaia. So that's why this healing track really helps so much to really notice, are we experiencing these weird ascension symptoms that are all part of this paradigm shift? And if so, we don't have to hold it or keep it, but we can honor its lessons and its gifts and how it's taught us and what we've learned about ourselves through all of these, dark nights of the soul, so to speak. So this meditation, it's an interdimensional journey. It includes also some soul retrieval. So if there are parts of you that, like your power parts or your gifts, your wisdom, your soul energy, if it's trapped or maybe frozen in another timeline or another dimension, in this track, you'll be able to locate it and bring it back. It's about bringing all those parts of us that we've disowned, which we've called shadows, back so we can integrate it with our light. Recognize that our shadows are actually our greatest gifts. And every wound is another opportunity for healing. So, so basically, yeah, we're rising beyond the density and the duality and, excuse me, energizing and cleansing, our frequency. So that's basically what it is. You'll be watching a slideshow with sacred geometries. I've worked with a very beautiful healer, and his name is Ashaara. And I can also share his website if anybody is interested and wants to know more. But this is going to awaken all 36 chakras and the galactic light codes to kind of unpack those chakra blockages and move out all the old stuck energy and really lighten your frequency so you can experience just more joy and hope and knowing and trusting that that you're going to be okay. And just like breathing and sitting and just appreciating all the blessings and the gifts that you already have, all of these wonderful conditions that are pretty miraculous, that your heart beats by itself. You don't have to, worry about breathing, and I can see, you could see me. We can hear each other. These are things that most people tend to undervalue or don't appreciate, take for granted. So when we come from this place of being full and filled up instead of empty, that's when life really changes in a whole new direction, and we can gain a whole new, like a greater, higher perspective about what's coming up. So, yeah, so I hope you enjoy this gift.
Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you for all this context. I mean, those beautiful words you just shared also to, I'm sorry, to complement it. So thank you again, Vandana. Thank you for joining us. To the audience, thank you for being here with us. I'm sure you enjoyed this beautiful conversation with Vandana at Ashaara. And goodbye, Vandana. Thank you again.
Goodbye for now. Thank you so much.